I'm so glad you can join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today I am making some dinner rolls. Yes, it's after the holidays and I know we have a lot of leftovers, but I thought I'd make some dinner rolls today. So come along with me so I can show you exactly how these dinner rolls are made. First, I'm going to start with some milk. I warm my milk too, and I have my thermometer in here. It's about 110 degrees. I'm going to pour this in here in this bowl. This is evaporated milk that I used in here. I have here 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to put that in there. And I have my whisk. I'm just going to beat that a little bit. So that's my milk and my sugar there. And now I have here 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast. I'm going to put that in there. And just give it a little stir. And then I'm going to set that aside for a few minutes just to let it do its thing. When it starts to foam at the top, we know it's ready. So just give that a few minutes and then I will come back and go on to my next step. This is my first step. Now I'm going to do my second step. As you can see, my yeast has done its thing. It's foaming at the top. So that's good enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some stuff to that. Here I have 4 tablespoons of butter. We're going to add that in there. And just whisk it up a little bit. I'm going to add, this is a 1/3 cup of sugar. I'm going to add that in there and continue to mix that. Over here I have 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Put that in there and just whisk. Just give it a good whisk. Now to this recipe, guys, I'm going to use about 4 cups of flour. So I have some of my flour here, so I'm gonna add a little bit of my flour. This flour is sieved in here. I'm gonna add a little bit and I'm gonna continue to stir here. With my whisk, just keep adding a little bit of your flour. This is only 3 cups I have in here. I still gotta get 1 more cup to make it 4 cups. And just keep whisking away. Then add some more. Whisk. So when your dough get like this, where it becomes stiff and then it's a bit too hard to use with a whisk, you could add some more flour to that, put some flour on your counter and just roll it out on your counter. If you have a machine, set your friend on there, get your dough hooked. A hook here, and we'll put that on there, and we're gonna put this on maybe about 2. And let that work and just continue to scrape down the sides and just continue to add some flour in there. We're just gonna scrape the sides down here so to make sure everything gets incorporated in there. Continue to add some flour. guys, so it looks pretty good. Let me just stop the machine for a few minutes and check it. It's stuck to my finger, so I think I just need to add a little more flour to it. So let me put it back on and add a little more flour. You can always just add a little more flour if it's still a bit too sticky. Okay, so I think it's about finished. I touch it, my hands is clean, it's not coming off in my hand, so I think it's good. So let me just stick it over here. There we go. Okay guys, so our dough is done. So what I'm going to do now is take a little butter. Let me put this here so you can see. I take a little butter that I have here, a little melted butter, and I'm just going to put some butter in this pan, all around the pan. And I'm going to put this in a warm place to stir for at least an hour. And once it is risen to double its size, I'll come back and show you the next step. So right now, I'm just gonna take this out of here and put it in here. So guys, I'm just gonna leave this here to rise. Put a little butter on top of it. I'm gonna go ahead and cover. And it's gonna stay in there for, it's gonna stay in the oven for an hour, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, so now over here our bread has risen. So now let's take it off. I'm gonna put it here on my counter. But before I do, I'm just gonna put a little flour on there and empty my bread over there. And then, just because the bread is a little oily from all that butter, roll it like that. And I'm probably gonna get about 15 of these. So let's see, I'm gonna try to cut it in half, make it even it up. And guys, I have over here, I'm gonna use this dish right here to bake my bread in. But what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna grease this, and then I'm gonna roll this bread here. So I'm gonna cut this in 5 pieces right here. So let's go even it up. Okay. Kind of mark a little bit where I'm going to cut it before I actually cut it. So I'm going to mark this too. Sometimes you mark it a little bit to kind of try to get as even as you can. now guys, I'm going to roll these. I usually like to pinch them a little bit like this and then roll it in my hand. Okay guys, and just roll it over. As I'm making these rolls, I'm thinking of today. I'm putting this video up today, Monday, and today is a bank holiday in Barbados. And you guys know what happens on bank holidays, right? On bank holidays in Barbados years ago when I was growing up, on bank holidays used to be, everybody had a picnic. The churches had a picnic. I used to go to the Nazarene church. They would have picnic. Other people around the islands would have picnics, and we would go to, because everybody have picnics the day after Christmas. It's just a tradition. You go on picnic, and they would have these buses. You would go, you get on the bus, you take your food. I remember, and you know, after Christmas, people got lots of food. You got all your drinks, you got your cakes, you got your chicken. People make macaroni and cheese. People used to make corned beef sandwiches and put in those pretty tins with and cheese sandwiches. You'll make, maybe one day I'll make some corned beef and cheese sandwiches because they used to be really good. And you make those and you take those with you. You will take, man, that you used to have your basket full of food, guys. It was full of food. Everybody, there was nobody that could be hungry at that picnic because everybody had something to eat. Remember, it was so funny. We would get in the bus and we used to want to get to the back of the bus because the back of the bus is where all the fun used to be. And we'd get on the bus and we'd sing. You don't want to be in the front of the bus because you don't want to distract the driver when the driver is you know, he has to concentrate on the road. So we would try to sit in the back of the bus and we would sing. Who remember these songs? Let me see. That we used to sing. A little more oil in my lamp, keep it burning. A little more oil in my lamp, I pray. A little more oil in my lamp, keep it burning. Keep it burning till the break of day. And then we would go into the verse. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna. And we would be singing all those songs. We'd be singing Joseph Knelt songs. Remember Joseph Knelt? We'd be singing Joseph Knelt songs. And we would sing until we get to wherever we were going. Picnics used to go St. Lucie or East Coast Road, maybe Farley Hill, I don't remember. But we used to go. We go in the morning early and we stay there till like the sun started to go down. We'll come back home. And guys, that used to be a lot of fun, picnicking in Barbados the day after Christmas, because Christmas was on Friday, so the picnic the Monday is going to be a holiday, which is good. I mean, here in the United States, Christmas is one day, you got to go right back to work the next day. Not in Barbados. You get to celebrate. You get to celebrate, guys. So you would be home on Monday. So everybody's going to be off on Monday. And it's picnic time. Yeah. So that's it. So what I'm going to do is, this is have to sit and rest again for a while, guys. So I'm going to put my paper over there. And I'm going to put this back in a warm place. For another hour, and then when the hour is up, I will put it in the oven. Okay guys, so the rolls have risen. Here they are. They're doubled in size. So I am going to put them in the oven at 375, and they should be in there for about 25 minutes. So just check them, because everybody's oven is a little bit different. Just check them and make sure they're golden brown on the outside. Okay, so I will put these in the oven and I will be back as soon as they're all done. So the rolls are out of the oven. So now we're going to take a little butter, a little melted butter, and we are just going to, or I should say, and I are just going, I'm just going to put some butter across here, give it a little shine. Butter, butter, butter. Ooh, that looks good, guys. Okay. Yep, that looks good. So guys, I'm gonna leave this here for a few minutes just to cool, and as soon as it's cool, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna try one of our rolls. It's still hot, but I think we can go ahead and taste them, okay? So let me just go ahead and take one. Nice and soft. See guys, nice and soft and buttery. Yes, it looks good. I have a little bit of butter here, guys. I'm put a little bit of butter because this is how you gotta taste it when it's nice and hot. Yes. Oh, she's nice and soft. Let me taste it for you. These are dinner rolls that you can make and you can put on your table. And of course, if you have that leftover ham from Christmas, you can put some ham in there and make yourself a little sandwich. Okay? But it's very, very tasty. Rolls are very tasty. As I say, you can put some in ham, you can put some cheese in between there. You can put some jelly in there, you can put some butter. However you want to enjoy it, you can enjoy it. I'm so glad you were able to join me today. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I love to read your comments. Go ahead and make these for your family. I have fun making this for my family. I hope you have fun making some for your family as well. Until next time, bye-bye.